Is physical media completely going extinct in 2026? Well, we walk into the retail stores and we see a lot of it empty spaces. What does this mean for us collectors and how do we prepare? Today's physical media news topic video, we talk about the greatness of what it's been like to be a physical media collector and all the great products we've been able to get and the announcements that are coming up, the excitement levels we have in 2026. So this is a celebration, of course, of physical media to come. And of course, we get into a massive rant because we got to do the flip side to talk about the devastation of what's going on with physical media collecting in 2026, what you need to be aware of, how it's going to extinct in certain ways. That way, we can try to fix it and slow it down as much as possible. And of course, we talk about the future of physical media collecting. What is it going to look 5, 10 years from now? And just get excited to be in the world of the physical media battle as a soldier for the vision of physical media saving and preserving cinema. We are calling you to action here in 2026, and let's get into it. But first, you love collecting physical media just like me. You're super passionate about owning the movies you love, and you want to be a part of the movement to save physical media in 2026 because you understand the importance of physical media collecting. Well, you're in the right spot, my mega collecting friend. Go ahead and make a blockbuster that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a physical media news topic video in the new year. And let me know in the comments below, do you think physical media is going extinct in 2026 or do you think it's going to live and thrive? And let's get into this. So blockbustering into the news here, we got to do this celebration video. It is not all doom and gloom because we are passionate about physical media on this channel, but we also have to share the realities of what is actually going out there in the physical media world, what is happening to collecting now, because it has changed a lot since this channel was made, but our vision, our mission remains the same, is to love and entertain people in the world of physical media because we understand the importance of physical media. So we can't bury our heads in the sand. We have to be aware of what's going on out there. We have to speak to what we know and what we see with our own eyes. So let's talk about what we're seeing when we go into these retail stores. So I've been going to physical media retail stores for a long, long time, and it's pretty much shrunk the possibilities of travel where you can go to shop for physical media. As simple as that. We used to have a ton of locations we would go do physical media hunting videos at. I remember going to Targets and doing great hunting videos, going into Best Buys, finding tons of physical media out there, but those locations no longer carry physical media. So, what do you have left in this year? In 2026, we really only have two major retail locations for new physical media titles, and that's going to be Walmart and, of course, Barnes and Noble, at least in the States. I know it's differently international. But yes, talking about in the States with Walmart being really our last stronghold, I mean, come on, Walmart experiences are just so inconsistent in 2026. Depending on your location, your Walmart's going to offer something different. Some Walmarts offer more Steelbooks, some offer more 4Ks, some are mostly completely DVDs, some may have a $5 bin. It just depends. It's all so random. It's just inconsistency to the max. So it just depends on what Walmart you're going to. Are you going to actually get any physical media titles and what kind will you receive? Because I've gone into some Walmarts and they've been some empty shelves lately. Does that mean those Walmarts are taking out their physical media all entirely? Why some Walmarts may be building up their physical media. Once again, the inconsistency is the key there in 2026, which makes it a little bit more difficult to hunt for physical media in the wild and actually find what you want on a Blu-ray Tuesday. I mean, how many times do you go into a Walmart on a Blu-ray Tuesday? You're actually finding all the new titles you want. It's very rare that they even stock consistently on Tuesdays, so that does make physical media hunting a little bit of a bummer occasionally. So, yeah, Walmarts aren't doing the best with physical media. We gave them a try. They're not as great as what freaking Best Buy was in its heyday. But now let's talk about Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble, yeah, they're pretty clean and organized and just a friendlier atmosphere half the time, but do you still find everything you want? No, it's a little bit smaller depending on where you go. Once again, Barnes and Nobles are going to vary from location to location, but they do have a boutique label stuff there with like Criterion and Arrow and Kino Lorber, and so that does make it fun during Criterion sale season or when it's Arrow sale season because then you get the stuff 50% off and you get some cool titles and that's a really great experience. But then they have a bunch of other stuff in there, like DVDs that are way overpriced. Just their standard studio releases are often way overpriced. And so that's not the best experience it's ever been. No, yeah, that kind of is a bummer too in 2026. So you really only go there for the sales season for certain boutique labels. But that's what we got for our in-store locations. Now, what else do we have? We can shop online. I will say Amazon maybe has been getting even better as time has gone on, as they really start to dominate pretty much everything. I will have to say they do have the best deals. Their stuff goes on sale pretty frequent and usually pretty fast. So if a new title comes out, it might go on a sale in a couple weeks or a couple months, and you get a big discount from Amazon. And if you have Prime, you're going to get it to your house pretty darn quickly. That is the nice thing about Amazon in 2026. A lot of negatives, I'm sure, but definitely the nice thing there. And plus, their customer service is pretty good. So even if you get the wrong title, because I've gotten garbage from Amazon before where they give me completely the wrong product. I order a 4K steelbook, they send me a used DVD of the movie. What the heck is happening? But their customer service is they will, of course, return and help out with that pretty quickly and easily. They're easily able to get a hold of, and so I can't complain too much there. But the products do sometimes come in damaged, actually quite a bit, because their shipping usually sucks and is very inconsistent as well. And once again, varies from location to location. So getting the products in correctly, right, the first time in perfect condition is very rare when shopping through Amazon. Now you can go through the boutique labels directly themselves in 2026. And of course, they have better shipping. They understand the customer. Usually can get some fancy limited edition packaging from them, but then they are quite expensive and there's shipping fees. And if you're importing internationally, now you got more fees to deal with. It's just, yeah, that can get very, very expensive in itself. So that's not always the fun for the wallet, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it is tough to be a physical media here in 2026. Absolutely, definitely some cons out there and some things we got to be prepared for as prices are going up here too on all your items. All your 4K steelbooks are getting more and more expensive. I mean, they used to be around what 25. That used to be a good price for us, but now the bottom floor is like 35, and it might get upwards of $70. So yeah, the fancy packaging has even gotten cooler out there, but it's also gotten way, way more expensive in 2026. So now that means you can't pick up as many new titles as you wanted. You really have to be selective. So even though we are getting, some good solid stuff out there, it's just costing a lot more. And you got to be a little bit more picky. And plus, we know the issues with quality control. You may get a 4K disc in that skips and pauses and freezes, and you just can't play it. And then you got to return that one. And so it's not all sunshine and rainbows here with physical media in 2026. It is no doubt about it. So really, it's become more collecting a niche market. We definitely know that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But now let's get into some of the pros of physical media collecting, because we do want to celebrate it as well. So let's get into that next. So now celebrating physical media in 2026, talking about the pros of the great things we see out there with collecting, I can say that physical media still exists in 2026. It's not yet completely extinct. It's still alive, even if it's barely holding on. It's alive. It's alive still. Yes. Okay, so what does that mean? You can actually still buy movies on physical disc. 100%. Yes. You even got different format options. You got your good old DVDs that are still selling like hotcakes. I mean, DVDs have not gone away at all, and DVDs are always dominating the market share. So DVDs are still there. You got Blu-rays if you want a little bit better quality, high definition. They're going to be discs that are a little bit more protected. Seems like that's great value because they're not too much more expensive than the new DVDs, and they still give you banging quality. And we got 4Ks. If you want to be a premium collector, you want more pixels on the screen. You want the freaking Dolby Vision and the Dolby Atmos and the HDR, which can be a transformative experience for some movies, no doubt, but it is very darn expensive. So you got your options, though. You got your format options, and you can still pick up this stuff. There's still a couple retail locations left with Walmart and Barnes& and Noble. Even though they are inconsistent, they are still there. So you still can get physical media in person. We have our online sources like Amazon where we can get this stuff super fast with prime shipping. Maybe it doesn't come in the best quality. We're gonna have to rate on them next. But yes, we can still pick it up pretty quickly through those online sources, and you can get some good cheap deals online as well. They're always going on sale pretty frequently. And then, of course, you got the boutique labels themselves, like Arrow, doing phenomenal work with a lot of these catalog titles that we now get to see in great quality. I mean, it's fantastic what they're putting out on the 4K and Blu-ray market. And of course, you have your other boutique labels too. Second Sight is doing fancy packaging and these big set editions for people that really want to spend the money on it. And then, of course, you got Shout Factory, Scream Factory. They're doing great stuff, even though they do recycle and repeat a lot of stuff. Now they're going into some foreign language films, some action movies. I mean, they're actually trying to broaden their horizons themselves. You got Kino Lorber, same thing. Yeah, they've been known for the classic films, pumping out the quantity. Oh, wow. Yes, I know it's a lot from them, but at least they're putting these movies on a disc, even if it's minimal, standard sometimes, and they don't include Atmos tracks and a ton of special features always. At least they're getting these movies on a disc, and now they're diving into more modern stuff, more modern comedies. It's really great to see what Kino Lorber is doing there. So you got some great companies out. I mean, Criterion is a banging OG label. They're always doing their Criterion sales consistently. It's an event time when you go shopping for Criterions at Barnes& and Noble during their 50% off sale months. And they're releasing amazing titles like House Party. Woo, coming out the 4K. That's incredible. But we already got Eyes Wide Shut on 4K, Pee-wee's Big Adventure on 4K. I mean, such great stuff. I mean, The Breakfast Club was a cool upgrade to 4K, but they're getting even newer stuff to 4K and Blu-ray. So Criterion is doing a banging job out there. I mean, and then you have these other new smaller labels coming in, like Ignite Films that just did Reanimator on 4K. And so you have these other labels trying to rise to the occasion to give collectors what they so want. And it's great. It's such a fun time to be able to get this cool kind of niche item that not everybody out there wants. It's not a mass consumer product, that you love it, you're passionate about it, and you see the great work being done to some of your favorite movies. Once again, movies that were stuck on VHS or DVD now getting upgraded to Blu-ray or 4K and are available for you to actually pick up and put on your shelf. You get to own these movies you're super passionate about. Still in 2026, it's not all digital, even though there's tons of streaming out there, there's tons of digital out there. You still have the option as a consumer to say, you know what? I'd rather have that on a physical disc, and you can actually go about acquiring a lot of these movies on physical discs. Now, not everything. There's stuff stuck on streaming. We know that. Probably never going to get a physical disc. But hey, if we push it hard enough, maybe this stuff will get physical disc, like Frankenstein actually coming out to a physical disc. So it's hopeful. It is possibilities out there, and it's 2026, and we still have hope of great physical media titles to come out because we've heard the announcements. We're pushing for more and more every day as a collecting community. So there's a lot of greatness to physical media in 2026, and I'm glad we can celebrate it this year, of course, and really be appreciative and happy for physical media in 2026. But also, there are some big drawbacks, there's some big negatives, there's some big cons, and it has suffered quite a bit in the previous year. Some areas of physical media collecting. Let's get out the crystal ball, looking into the future of physical media in 2026. Okay, we are in the future. We have taken a look, and we have seen the 5, 10 years from now what is going on with physical media. So physical media is continuing to decline. Yes, I know some people don't like it when I say that. They just like enjoy it now, megabyte. Don't talk about it disappearing. Yes, it is disappearing, people. Get over it. We know this. We understand that. We are not going to bury our heads in the sand. We are going to be aware of this stuff and still enjoy collecting at the same time. Can you do both? Can both things be true? Can you accomplish? Yes, it can. It can be done. It can be done, people. Okay, so let's talk about this. So, yeah, over the next 5, 10 years, it's going to become even more in the focus. We're going to have more of a niche collecting audience than ever before. We are going to have less and less physical media collectors. As simple as that. Why? Because the math is math, and where older generations that did collect physical media are passing away, unfortunately. And we don't have any new fans of movies and cinema and physical media collecting to fill in that gap. We just don't have new fans to this movie space like we would hope. These new generations don't give two squirts of piss about movies in general. There's a few exceptions out there. There always is with every kind of hobby and passion out there, of course. But in general, the young people, they care about social media, they care about video games, they just don't care about movies as much. It's as simple as that. It just is what it is. And when they do watch a movie, guess what? They're going to do it the most convenient, easiest way possible to them. They're lazy often and they don't want to go and buy this and put in a disc and it costs them even more, doing that. They don't want to do that. They just want to go on their little app on their phone and watch, a streaming show off of their phone. They'll be watching the whole dang thing on the phone. Most of the time, they ain't even watching it on a TV. They're watching it on a phone, maybe a tablet, but they just don't care about the cinematic experience at all. They ain't going out to the theaters. You think they're buying a physical disc if they ain't even going out to they ain't doing none of that. They are just watching stuff on their phone, so they just don't have the passion for movies like I would hope. And so yeah, they're just streaming stuff occasionally, but once again with not a big interest. A lot of it's in the background. I even hear people, this young generation, they see some clips of a movie online on TikTok, like a few minutes, and they felt they've watched the movie. They felt it's done. They don't need to watch the hours of the movie. They watched a couple minute clip. They felt like they got what they needed to out of the movie. It's freaking bizarro world in 2026 with this younger generation. So we're not getting more fans in here. We're not getting more physical media collectors. It is what it is. So that just means in general it's going to decline with less and less people to collect. What does that mean for us collectors that are already in here fighting the good fight for physical media perseverance? Well, we got to look at this. How we're going to preserve physical media going forward. Well, we're still going to enjoy. We're still going to buy the physical media that we love. We're going to collect what we want to love, and of course, we're going to enjoy it. That's what we basically can do. So it means that these boutique labels and studios are going to more tailor what the product is to what the collector wants because they know we're the ones spending the money. It's not for the mass consumers out there. It's not like somebody's going through the grocery store being like, I'm going to pick up some carrots and I'm going to pick up a Blu-ray disc. No, that's not happening. So they know, okay, collectors are doing the research. They want good products. They're willing to spend a little bit more on quality here. So they're going to give us fancier stuff, fancier packaging, fancier discs. They're going to get stuff to 4K and HDR and Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. They know a lot of collectors are willing to pay the premium price and be premium collectors. That way they can maximize their profits too and get the most money out of it. That's why you're seeing such expensive 4K Steelbooks lately, and it's only going to go up. You think prices are going to go down? No, the prices are going to keep rising and rising. So what does that mean as a collector? Well, you're going to have to be more picky and choosy on what you do buy, and I would say be patient on a lot of the stuff. Wait for the sales unless it's something that's absolutely 100% limited and you must have it. I would stay away from a lot of pre-orders because if everybody just pre-orders any expensive item they throw out there, that's just going to raise prices more and more the next time that these pre-orders come up. But then also you got to deal with scalpers out there. There are scalpers that will come up there, buy everything, and then they're just going to put it on eBay and try to sell it for 10 times the cost. And that's going to suck too. So you might miss out on a few things, but you can't let the FOMO, the fear of missing out, creep in. So you got to be patient. The patient waiting game is important. You got to decide what titles are important to you. You got to stick within a budget because the prices have gone up so much. And you got to decide, hey, what can you afford personally to pick up each month? So you got to be a better collector than ever before in 2026. There's no shenanigans or games anymore. You got to be laser focused in 2026 and know what titles are you really needing to go after, and then what you can be patient on, and just have some good collecting strategies at the end of the day. I mean, this channel, we're always talking about good collecting strategies. You stay tuned to this channel, you're going to be alerted if you have that notification bell. So that's what you can do as a collector. Be prepared for the next 5 to 10 years because once again, we're going to get great quality stuff, but it might be tougher to pick it up in some places, might be more expensive. So you just got to be a better collector at the end of the day. But most importantly, now this is so important, guys. You want to save physical media. I want to save physical media. How can we do this? How can you do your small part today? Well, of course, if you haven't already, make sure that you've liked and subscribed to this channel. If you do not have that subscription on, please get that on and that notification bell so you don't miss more physical media entertainment topics. Now, a lot of people do think they're subscribed to the channel because I pop up in their home feed, but then they double check and they say, oh man, I wasn't subscribed. I got to make sure I turn on that subscribe. That way we can help save physical media, because if we can grow this community, grow this voice on this channel, you do have reps that come by basically that are from these boutique labels or from these studios. They notice people's interaction with the channel. They notice what we're saying in the video and what we want out of the collecting. They notice the comments and what people are pushing for. And then they do respond sometimes and give us the products we are looking for. So we got to grow this community to save physical media collecting in 2026. And you could absolutely be a part of that by doing your part today, and of course beyond, by sticking tuned to this channel and hyping up videos. Hyping up videos is going to be massive in 2026. If you have that hype feature there under the video now, if you can scroll down, click the hype it up, give it some points, get us on the leaderboards. It's going to get this channel out to more people, and we're going to get more people excited about physical media collecting, get them into the community, and we're going to grow that voice that way too. So making sure you hype in 2026 is so important as well. And of course, watching the videos all the way through. Every time you click on a video on my channel, just make sure it plays all the way through. Even if it's in the background, as long as you're letting it play, people are going to get this information. It's going to go out to more people, and we're going to be able to get excited for physical media in 2026 and have just a positive attitude about it. But I need you guys' help to do that, of course. So we're going to have a great day watching and talking our movies, my friends. And you love this physical media topic, another way to help the channel, just mega blockbusting another video and watching all the way through right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.